What's going on, guys? So recently I asked you guys if you had any really interesting puzzles to send them my way, and I got quite a few submissions. But of all of them that were sent to me, this one was the most fascinating. So first of all, big thank you to Tanner. Appreciate you sending me this position. When I first saw it, I kind of thought, it looks like it's maybe is okay, but when you actually go through it and see the solution, it is amazing, and I'm glad that I stuck with it to the end, and you guys are in for a treat. Now, the first thing that's really interesting about this puzzle is I'm going to go ahead and turn on Stockfish here so you can see when Stockfish analyzes this position, it shows it's slightly better for black. And actually, even when you start going down the path of this solution, Stockfish doesn't get it right away. There's a certain moment when it kind of clicks and Stockfish is like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. But for some reason, it just doesn't see it. And so that's pretty fascinating. I'm going to go ahead and turn off Stockfish just so it doesn't spoil it as we look through this position. Before I tell you any more, if you would like to pause and think through what might the idea be behind how white can win. So it's white to play and win. And there is a specific idea. See if you can think through and find that, and then we'll take a look at the solution. And I promise you guys are going to enjoy this one. So go ahead and take a look. All right, if you had a chance to look at that, let's go ahead and talk through what's going on here. So the first thing that we need to notice is that the black king is almost trapped. Actually, it is trapped. It can't move currently, but it's not in check. Now, if we play b4, then we open up the square for the king to run to a4. If we could somehow transport our knight here immediately, that would be checkmate, but it's going to take us 3 moves, and that gives black time to do something with the queen or, escape this way with the king, and we don't really have checkmate. So that doesn't quite work. The next move, which is actually the solution, except we have to follow this line a little bit, is bishop to d2 check. Now it's almost checkmate, except black can block with the pawn. We capture with the bishop, and again, almost checkmate, but black has 1 move, king to b5. And now the next sort of natural move would be knight here. a4 is not checkmate because our bishop now is no longer defended, and black can simply capture it. So that's almost, again, checkmate. So knight to d6 is our best try. And now black plays king to b6. Again, the only move, since that square is now available. And this is kind of one of the critical moments in this position where there's a really stunning and unexpected move. So if you'd like to pause and try to think through what's the unexpected move in this position, go ahead and do that. All right, so if you had a chance to look at that, what I'm going to do now is actually turn on Stockfish again. And I want to show you, you see Stockfish there says the best move for white is bishop to c5 check, and it gives a slight advantage for black. So it doesn't actually see the solution to this puzzle. So let me turn off Stockfish. The best move, and what we need to play to win, is the crazy move bishop to a5 check. And actually, as soon as I play that move, I'll turn Stockfish back on just to show you. All of a sudden, Stockfish starts giving this line and says, oh, hey, white's winning. All right, now I'm going to turn that off because I don't want it to spoil the rest of the problem for us. But it's interesting to me that as soon as we play this, Stockfish recognizes the idea, but up until that point, it just couldn't figure it out, which is funny. So bishop to a5 check. Now, black has 2 options. You can take it with the king, you can take it with the queen, and they do have to take the bishop, right? You can't move anywhere else because all these squares are covered, okay? So if they take with the queen, it's pretty straightforward. We play the knight back, we get a fork, and after black moves, we take the queen. This is going to be a winning king and pawn endgame for us. We have extra pawns, and for example, we could probably just do something like this, take the pawn, go and get a queen before black has time to really do anything. All right, so what does that mean? That means that when we play bishop to a5 check, since queen takes is no good, black has to capture with the king. And now we're going to play the move a knight to c4 check, which forces the king over here. And now, if you'd like to pause again, there's a stunning move yet again that we can play. Only move which wins for white. 1 move. Go ahead and take a look. And this is not easy to see, but there is a very specific idea behind playing this move. And by the way, if you're a beginner, don't worry about it. Just sit back and enjoy the solution at the end. But for everybody else who would like a challenge, go ahead and try to find the winning move for white. All right, if you had a chance to look at that and you're ready to see the solution, the move that we need to play to win from this position is king to f4. And it's a really weird move. It's like, what are we doing? Like, we're down a queen. How do we have time to just like go play king f4 and hunt down a pawn? Like, is that what we're doing? Let me tell you what the idea is here. We are actually trying to trap black's queen. And I know that's probably like, what? Trap the queen. I want you to notice black's queen for a second. You can't capture this pawn. You can't go here. You can't go here. You can't go here. You only really have two options, right? B7 and C8. But if you go to either of those squares, what's going to happen? Well, we're going to play knight check, right? So for example, we're going to play this and it's a fork. Same thing would happen if black played queen to C8. So the queen is actually trapped. It's only safe if it stays on A6. Okay, so that's kind of the first thing that we need to understand. Now, king to F4, the point is that we are trying to put black into zugzwang, which is when black has no legal moves that are good. They have to play something, but any move that they play is a bad move. Okay, that's the point behind king F4. We're setting that up ahead of time. So for example, since black doesn't want to move the king can't move, right? You can't move the king anywhere. Everything is covered. What does that mean black has to do? Push a pawn. Either of these. And here's where it gets pretty cool. Let's just say they push the F pawn. What are we going to play now? Well, you might be tempted to say we're going to take the pawn, right? And try to push our pawn or something and, you know, just get a free pawn. Wrong. We're going to play the move king to G5. And the reason is we need our king to control the H6 square. Now, you're probably thinking, what in the world are you talking about, Nelson? Why do we need to control this random square over here where nothing is happening? Actually, if you look at this queen, you're going to see why in just a second. So after we play king to G5, if black pushes this pawn again, we simply play F3. We've shut down these pawns, so black has to make another move. And if you remember, queen doesn't want to move, king can't move, which means the only move black has is C5. And now you can see the queen has been opened up, and all of a sudden we can understand why we needed to control the H6 square. And if you think a little bit more, you can probably find the final move here for white. What do we play in this position? Well, if you had a chance to look at that, hopefully you came up with the move D5. And yes, now you're probably seeing the idea, right? D5 controls these two squares. Our knight is controlling these two squares, and now our king is controlling these three squares. And that queen is, not only is it trapped, it's a zugzwang where black has to make a move. And since the king cannot move, basically black is forced to lose their queen at this point in the game. They can choose how they want to lose it. They want to come over here and let us take it like this. If they want to come here and get forked. If they, you know, want to go here and get captured by the pawn. If they want to sacrifice it over here. Any move that they make will lose the queen. This is absolutely fascinating to me. I had no idea that this was coming. And then when I finally saw the idea, I was like, oh, wow, that is amazing. And so going back, actually, black could have also played this move first. We get the same thing. We shut down the queen. Everything is covered. And when black plays here, boom, king to G5, controlling those squares. You notice if we take the pawn, the black queen will escape on H6 and get away. And so crucial move, king to G5. And then the other part of this is we needed this pawn here to be able to play F3, because if we don't blockade that pawn, well, black's going to have some moves and, you know, push the pawn and get a queen, right? And so every piece plays a role in trapping the queen. Absolutely stunning, stunning stuff. Thank you, Tanner. Really do appreciate this puzzle. I had a lot of fun looking at it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else is going to enjoy this one as well. So thank you for sending me that, and hope you guys enjoyed this. Be on the lookout for the next video, probably the next video. I will do a recap of some of the other puzzles that didn't quite make you know, my top list like this one did, but they were also really, really good. So we'll see some of those coming up as well. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. And as always, stay sharp, play smart, take care.